Have you ever wondered why certain things happen in your life, seemingly without explanation? What if I told you that the fact that you're here now watching this video isn't just a coincidence? No, nothing is by chance. There's a bigger reason behind this moment, and you're about to discover something profound about yourself. Today we're going to talk about a calling, the calling of the chosen. By watching this video, you'll understand how the universe is sending you clear signals, waiting for you to awaken to the mission that only you can fulfill. Often these signals come at unexpected times, but if you pay attention, you'll realize that they are already there, all around you, ready to guide your next step. Time is ticking and the universe is moving. Perhaps you feel deep down that there is something greater waiting for you, something that has been revealing itself through your experiences, your pains, and even your dreams. And the more you ignore or resist it, the more difficult the journey can become. Are you ready to open your eyes and see what the universe is showing you? Stop for a moment and ask yourself, what is the true meaning of everything you've been experiencing? Is there something beyond what the eye can see? Ancient wisdom teaches us that what you seek is seeking you. What if I told you that everything you've been looking for, answers, purpose, meaning, is already on the move to find you? You are being guided, even if you can't see clearly yet. This is your journey. Everything that has happened so far has been a preparation. What you have been through has not been in vain. Now you're about to understand why. But what does it really mean to be chosen? And what role do you have to play in this great plan? Just as the heroes of ancient myths faced their greatest challenges before discovering their true strength, you too are facing a rite of passage. Every obstacle, every moment of pain, is a piece of a puzzle which, when complete, will reveal your true mission. The universe is calling you, and the question remains, are you ready to answer? Sometimes you may wonder if the moments you experience are the result of chance, or if there is something bigger going on behind the curtains of life. Perhaps you've felt an inexplicable connection with certain situations, or perhaps you've experienced events that seemed so synchronized that it was impossible to ignore. The truth is that nothing in life happens by accident. If you're here now, watching this, it's because something inside you is ready to awaken. The universe operates in mysterious ways, orchestrating encounters and circumstances that are much more than simple coincidences. Think of the times you've come across an opportunity, a person, or even a phrase that appeared at exactly the time you needed it. This is more than luck. It's a subtle call, guiding you towards a path of greater awareness, and being here right now is part of that cosmic script. When you begin to open up to the possibility that there is a greater reason behind every experience, life takes on a new meaning. Instead of seeing obstacles as random or unfair, you begin to realize that they have a function, to shape you, to prepare you for something that only you can accomplish. Your intuition begins to align with this truth, and you feel a deep inner change, a kind of understanding that goes beyond words. This can be challenging at first, as it involves letting go of the idea that we are at the mercy of chance. But over time, you realize that every step, however small it may seem, is leading you towards a greater destination. And so the concept of being chosen begins to take shape, not in the sense of superiority, but in the realization that there is a unique mission that only you can fulfill in this world. Now that you are beginning to awaken to this reality, perhaps the signs around you are becoming clearer. Small synchronicities are beginning to appear, almost as if the universe were whispering to you, drawing your attention to something greater. And it is precisely in these signs that deep wisdom lies, waiting to be discovered. The signs are everywhere. Sometimes they come in subtle forms, like a conversation you overhear, a sequence of numbers that insists on appearing, or a sudden feeling that something is about to change. Other times they arrive as momentous events that completely change the course of your life, forcing you to stop and reflect. What few realize is that these signs are not just coincidences. They are messages from the universe, trying to guide you towards your true journey. Many of us are so immersed in the hustle and bustle of everyday life that we end up ignoring these precious clues. We're too busy with distractions, with everyday worries. and we don't realize that the universe is trying to speak to us all the time. But when you start paying attention, something magical happens. Your perception expands, and you begin to notice an invisible network that connects each small event to the next. These signals are like beacons, lighting the way for you to follow. An example of this might be when you think of someone you haven't seen for a while, and then you receive a message from them. Or maybe you have a brilliant idea, and on the same day you find an opportunity that fits perfectly with that idea. These moments are more than coincidences. They are invitations. Invitations to trust your intuition, to accept that there is something bigger going on behind the scenes. To ignore these signs is to disconnect from the universal wisdom that is always at hand. There are also those more challenging signs, which manifest through difficulties or obstacles. These are more difficult to accept, as we tend to associate challenges with something negative. However, it is precisely in these moments of difficulty that the universe offers us an opportunity to grow. The sign, in this case, is asking you to stop, reflect, and take a closer look at the lesson this experience carries. Often, what seems like a roadblock is actually a necessary detour to get you back on your true path. As you learn to recognize and honor these signs, something inside you begins to align. It's as if a new vibrational frequency is activated, opening doors that previously seemed locked. And when you finally decide to follow these signs, accepting the call they carry, you get closer and closer to understanding what it means to be a chosen one. After all, the call comes to everyone, but only those who listen and follow through can discover what it really means. Have you ever felt that your life has a greater purpose, something that goes beyond everyday responsibilities? This is the first sign of a calling. For the chosen ones, this call is not something that comes out in the open or obvious. It comes subtly, as a restlessness, a longing for something that is not yet completely clear. It's as if, deep down, you know there's more to be discovered about yourself and the world around you, but you still can't decipher exactly what it is. And this persistent feeling is actually the beginning of your spiritual journey. The call of the chosen ones is not a loud, clear voice telling you what to do. It's more of a sensation, an invisible tug that guides you down a path that, at first glance, may seem uncertain or even frightening. Often this feeling intensifies at times of transition or difficulty, when the old certainties of life begin to crumble. This is because the call invites you to go beyond what you know, beyond what is comfortable. It challenges your comfort zone so that you can expand your consciousness and awaken to a new level of existence. Following this call requires courage. The path of the chosen ones is often lonely and not always understood by those around you. You may feel disconnected from the people who were once part of your life, or you may begin to question the values and goals you have always pursued. This doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're finding yourself. The call, in its essence, is an invitation for you to discover who you really are, beyond the masks the world asks us to wear. However, accepting the call is only the first step. Many hear it, but few actually heed it. Those who choose to follow this journey discover that the call is not just about accomplishing something external, but about transforming themselves internally. It's a journey of self-knowledge, where each discovery about yourself brings you closer to your purpose. You begin to realize that the call is deeply connected to a unique mission that only you can fulfill, something that will bring light to the world in a way that no one else can. As you embrace this mission, your life begins to gain more clarity. The pieces of the puzzle begin to fit together, and what once seemed confusing or meaningless now reveals a path. It is at this moment that you understand that the calling of the chosen is more than just a responsibility. It is a privilege. With each step you take on this journey, you connect more deeply with your true essence, and the answers you were looking for outside begin to emerge from within you. When you begin to heed the call and go deeper into your spiritual awakening, a curious thing happens. You often feel more and more alone. This loneliness is not simply physical. It's a sense of disconnection from the world around you, from the people who used to be part of your routine, and even from the activities that used to bring you joy. This feeling of isolation is common among the chosen ones, and although it may seem painful, it carries deep wisdom. The journey of self-knowledge is, by nature, individual. When you begin to transform yourself, your perspectives change, and what once made sense suddenly no longer resonates with who you are becoming. This can lead to a natural distancing from friends, family, and even environments that once seemed so familiar. This distancing process doesn't mean that something is wrong with you or with them, but that your growth is taking you to a new level, where the old connections may no longer fit in the same way. Furthermore, spiritual awakening requires introspection. In order for you to really listen to your essence, you need silence. And this silence is often only possible when you distance yourself from the noise of the outside world. Solitude, in this case, is like a portal to a deeper inner space, where the answers you seek don't come from external conversations or distractions, but from your own heart and soul. This is the space where you begin to understand that solitude is not a punishment, but a gift, an opportunity to connect with the most authentic part of yourself. However, this process can be challenging. Society teaches us that we need to be constantly surrounded by people and busy with activities to be happy. When you move away from this, the question can arise: am I on the right track? Why do I feel so disconnected? But it is precisely in this period of questioning that the greatest growth takes place. It is in this space of solitude that you begin to discover your own light, without depending on anyone else's validation or approval. Over time, you realize that this solitary journey doesn't mean you'll always be alone. In fact, as you become more aligned with your essence, the right people begin to appear. Deeper, truer connections, based on your new vibration, begin to manifest. But in order for these new connections to emerge, you must first go through this period of solitude, where you reconnect with your own truth. This solitude is just a transitional stage, preparing the ground for something greater to come. Throughout your spiritual journey, challenges appear as inevitable obstacles. For the chosen ones, these difficult moments are much more than simple tests. They are true portals of growth. Each difficulty you face contains a lesson, an opportunity to evolve and transform your perception of life. However, recognizing challenges in this way requires a change of perspective, a broader view that goes beyond the immediate suffering. When you face a difficult situation, the first instinct is often to ask, "Why is this happening to me?" But what if you could reverse that question to, "What is this trying to teach me?" By making this simple change, you are already beginning to transform the way you see the challenge. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, you put yourself in the role of a learner, open to the lessons the universe is trying to show you. Each obstacle becomes a tool for self-transformation. Challenges, in fact, force us out of autopilot. They require us to look inwards, to confront our shadows, our weaknesses, and our deepest fears. And therein lies the beauty of the most difficult moments. They reveal parts of ourselves that we may have been ignoring. Instead of trying to escape or resist pain, you begin to see that it is in embracing it that you find the true power of transformation. Pain is often the fire that burns away illusions and brings us closer to our purest essence. A clear example of this is when we experience a loss, be it of a relationship, a job, or even a loved one. At times like this, it's common to feel that the ground is crumbling beneath our feet. But if we take a closer look, we realize that these experiences force us to redefine what really matters. They make us ask, what is essential? What is fleeting? And by asking these questions, we begin to align ourselves with what really has value in our lives. What seemed like destruction actually makes room for a reconstruction that is more aligned with our purpose. As you begin to realize that challenges are actually opportunities in disguise, your attitude towards life changes. Instead of fearing what lies ahead, you begin to welcome difficulties with an inner wisdom, knowing that, however painful the present moment may be, there is something great waiting on the other side. And it is precisely this change in attitude that allows you to transcend obstacles, emerging from each experience stronger, more aware, and better prepared to fulfill the mission that only you can accomplish. In the midst of the chaos of the outside world, inner silence presents itself as an essential anchor. On the path of the chosen ones, Learning to cultivate silence is not just a practice of tranquility, but a key that opens doors to self-knowledge and true connection with the divine essence that dwells within you. External noise, distractions, everyday worries, all of these obscure your ability to listen to the wisdom that comes from within. This is why inner silence is so powerful. It creates a space where the answers you seek begin to emerge. Getting in touch with this silent space within yourself doesn't mean withdrawing from the world, but rather finding a balance between what happens around you and your inner experience. This silence doesn't have to be literal. It can be achieved through meditation, prayer, or even simple moments of introspection, where you consciously choose to stop, breathe, and tune in to what is happening inside you. In this space, you realize that silence is like a portal to a profound wisdom that is beyond words and agitated thoughts. As you cultivate this practice, you begin to hear a different voice from your usual one, the voice of your intuition. And this intuition doesn't speak with haste or noise. It comes as a quiet whisper, a knowing that you feel rather than understand with your mind. It is in this silence that you access the truth about who you really are, without the masks, without the expectations of others. The more you immerse yourself in this stillness, the clearer it becomes that your essence is always there, waiting to be heard, waiting to guide your steps. In moments of challenge or doubt, turning to inner silence is a way of reconnecting with what is real and eternal in you. When the outside world is turbulent, silence offers a refuge where you can regain your clarity and perspective. It's as if, in this space, time slows down, and you can see things in a broader and more compassionate way. Instead of reacting to circumstances, you act on the basis of a wisdom that comes from a deep place, a place where truth reveals itself. Over time, this inner silence not only becomes a practice, but a way of being. It begins to permeate your actions, your words, and even your interactions with others. What was once a search for external answers is now a serene confidence that all the answers lie within you. And it is in this state of harmony that you begin to feel that you are increasingly aligned with your purpose and the mission you have chosen to fulfill in this life. Now that you've begun to align yourself with your inner silence and understand the signs that life is sending you, it's time to look at the greater purpose behind it all, your mission. As one of the chosen ones, you carry within you a unique purpose, something that only you, with your experiences, skills, and vision, can accomplish in this world. Everyone's mission is like a spiritual fingerprint, unique, unmistakable, and essential to the greater balance of existence. Often, purpose doesn't reveal itself instantly. It unfolds as you progress on your journey of self-knowledge. Each step you take, each challenge you overcome, each lesson you learn, are all parts of this great puzzle which, little by little, reveals what you are here to do. And, contrary to what many people think, fulfilling your mission doesn't mean doing something extraordinary in the eyes of the world. It may be something subtle, something that seems small to others, but which is great to your spirit. Perhaps your mission is to bring more compassion to your surroundings, to be a light in the life of someone who is lost, or to teach something that only you know. No matter what form it takes, the important thing is to understand that it is part of a bigger plan, and that every conscious action you take contributes to the expansion of your own soul, and also to the collective good. Fulfilling your mission means living according to your truth, to what resonates deeply in your heart. And by doing so, you influence the world in a much more powerful way than you realize. However, fulfilling this mission doesn't mean that everything will be easy or that you will be exempt from new challenges. In fact, as you embrace your purpose, you may find that the tests intensify, but now you face them in a different way. Your connection with your inner self, with the signs of the universe, and with your true essence gives you the strength to keep going, even in the most difficult situations. The journey of a chosen one is not without obstacles, but it is full of meaning. Every difficulty that arises is an opportunity to refine your mission, adjust your path, and strengthen your purpose. From the moment you accept your role, you realize that no matter what happens, you are exactly where you need to be. Life, with all its complexities, begins to make more sense. Each person who crosses your path, each experience, becomes part of that mission you came to fulfill. And that's when you begin to realize the true beauty of being a chosen one, living not just for yourself, but as part of something bigger, contributing to the collective awakening of humanity. You've come this far, and it's no accident. Throughout this video, you have begun to glimpse the greatness of the journey ahead of you. Every sign, every challenge, and every silence is part of a greater purpose, a call that only you can answer. Your mission in the world is unique, and the time to embrace it is now. Remember, the universe does not put in your path what you are not capable of overcoming. Within you, there is an unbreakable force, a light that is ready to illuminate not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Transformation begins when you become aware of it and act on what you have discovered. Today, you have taken an important step in this direction, and the next step is in your hands. Believe in yourself and in the journey that has brought you here. Your mission is urgent, and the world needs you awake, aware, and ready to shine. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to join this community. Subscribe to the channel now and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos, where we'll continue to explore these profound teachings. Leave your like to support this message and, in the comments, share what you felt as you watched to the end. Your journey is important, and your testimony can inspire others who are also searching for meaning and purpose. Thank you for being here, for opening your mind and heart, and for being part of this transformation. Remember, you are not alone. The universe is with you, guiding your every step. Let's go on this journey of awakening and evolution together. See you in the next video.